Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. Happy Black freaking Friday. And it is a full lid. I've got a bunch of things I want to talk about today. Not going to be a super long video because I know you guys are just spending quality time shopping for deals with your family. You're probably not, but you're doing something. Be here with me. Today we're talking about some secret lives of Mormon Wives drama that just landed on my page right before I went to film this. And I have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to attempt to figure out what's going on. You can look at an FBI agent that has all over the internet talking about children's pageants and how dangerous they are and why you shouldn't be going to these, why you shouldn't put your kids in them. And we're talking about Emilie Kiser censorship craziness that's going on over on Reddit. It's absolutely bonkers. So let's get to it. This is what came across my page. Okay, so Demi, Lucy May, or Demi, it's Demi. Okay, let's stop it. It's on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which I don't watch the show, but I'm sure if I did, I would have lots of snark on. It's not worth my time because I cannot put it on the internet. I'll get copyright striked for it. But these are just like the worst people ever. And that's why they have a TV show, just so you're aware. It's not that they're good people. They get a TV show because they're bad people. I need you to know that. They are frenemies. Not one of them likes each other. It's always drama. You imagine living your life like this? It's not real. First of all, it's completely 100% scripted. Absolutely. And then everything that you see in the off season, in their Instagrams and their TikToks where they're causing drama, all that is to keep people talking about them. I don't even think even this is real. But something did drop. So I think it's Jesse, who I think owns Jizz Hair Salon, made a couple posts. I follow all this. I just make comments. Like I'll like troll them. I don't even really know what's going on, but I'll troll them because their drama is so high school, and I'm like, you guys are stupid. Like when Whitney did her video about not being on slow dancing with moms or whatever it's called anymore. I was like, there are people dying. Shut up. You know, I'll just say things even though I have no idea what's going on. It's just fun. Okay, that's my trolling. But Jesse, who I don't like either. Honestly, I can't even tell them apart, to be honest with you. I thought Demi was Jesse, and Jesse was Macy and Marcy, and there was another Mitzi. I don't even know who these people are. They look identical, except for the one that looks like she was left in an air fryer. I forget her name, but apparently she's the nice one. Miranda or something like that, with the super fake tan. I think she's the nice one, though. I don't even know. I get glimpses of it here and there because everything I learn about this stuff is against my will. Okay, but this is what she posted. So she posted this for getting injectors, and that looks bad. I'm sorry. That looks like, stop doing this to yourself, ladies. I swear to God, you gotta stop doing this. Like, subtlety is fine, and that's for anything, right? That looks ridiculous. You look like the ass end of a rhinoceros. Okay, you gotta stop doing this stuff to yourself. You look silly, and it's silly. Let's continue on.
Hey guys, Jay-Z's Black Friday. Me is
it's Jay-Z, not Jesus. Okay. Okay, so someone said Demi is implying that slow-mo is scripted. We should call it slow-mo. Let's call it slow-mo from now on. Is scripted. Honey, just because you're script yourself doesn't mean our show is scripted. This behavior level of delusion and downward spiral should be studied. This just Jesse, who I'm not on her side either, by the way, is trying to tell people that this show is not scripted. Okay. It's 100% scripted, everybody. Don't believe any person that's on a reality television show. If they tell you it's not scripted, it's 100% scripted. Absolutely. And if the parts that aren't scripted are actually like drawn out and are put in place for a reason. So it's basically scripted. It's scripted. Don't let them lie to you.
Now implying that the Secret Life of Mormon Wives is scripted.
It is scripted.
Posted this on her Instagram, and it says what it's like being on a reality TV show.
Let's see that.
Read it. I love getting my lights done by Ruby Permanent Lighting. They are so professional, so friendly, kind, and the handsomest lighting installers on the earth. I've loved my experience working with Ruby. Smile into cameras.
Okay. I don't know. So apparently it is scripted. And the fact that they would lie to you and say it's not scripted is actually crazy because she's outing it. Doesn't sound like she's going to be on season 4, that's for sure. But someone says, as an SA survivor, I don't even have words to describe the anger and rage you've brought out in me in watching the season. Please heal from whatever you're going through because you're doing serious damage to those who have been severely abused. Now, what I'm taking from this is that in the show, she has accused some guy named Marciano of doing something, and he's saying he didn't do it, and she used it to get out of something. That's what I know. I'm probably wrong, and I need you guys to correct me below. But anyway, she continues on.
As you can see, someone's holding a flame to her face, someone's cutting her hair, or attempting to cut her hair, and she's reading off of a script. Let me show you the clip.
I love getting...
We saw it. I don't care.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving it.
Okay, so then this is what popped up. This is what came to me from a lot of people. They're like, watch this, Josh. So Jesse, who owns Jizz Hair Salon, is upset that Jesse's somewhere punching the air right now because Lisa's talking about me and not her. Demi, I guess her and Demi have beef. They got major beef. Curtains, and they're going at it beef style.
This Demi crash out era right now, her saying something like this is laughable because genuinely would never be jealous of someone saying these things that Lisa's saying about her.
I don't know what's going on.
She got caught on camera, she knows it, and she's trying to backtrack.
I think what they're saying, if I can this one, again, the fact that I don't know should be endearing to you, okay? Because I don't know. But what I think is happening is that then Demi Demolishment has said something about somebody and has accused somebody of something, and it's pretty serious.
So since she wants to be petty and be an asshole, I think I'm just going to go ahead and say that Grandpa Brett likes to drink her piss like it's dirty soda, and he gulps it down like water, and that's what Fruity Pebbles.
I don't think they offer that at Swig. No, that's my lunch. No. A little piece. So she just outed, I think, isn't Demi also the one that, with the Fruity Pebbles cereal lore? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. They look the same. They all talk the same. They have the same hair, the same eyes, the same lip filler, the same chins, the same surgeon, the same boobs, the same everything, the same body build, everything. I don't even know. They probably have the same Swig order. I don't know who they are. But I think I'm right about the Jessie one. No, Marcy, Demi, Mulcy, Macy, Demi, Lucy May is also the Fruity Pebbles. It would make sense if she's a Fruity Pebbles one if the guy also drinks her pee, which, can I say that is unsanitary, and you shouldn't do those things, and you should get yourself checked if you drink people's pee like it's water. That's not funny. And again, she's outing some craziness. And imagine the secrets that these girls know about each other. Imagine telling your worst enemy your secret, thinking that you're a friend. That's how dumb these people are. They know each person is their worst enemy, and apparently outing what she just did here, either it's fake, right? Which it totally could be because it is scripted. Or she's actually super upset because some of these women are really mad. So, anyway, I don't care about this stuff. So Demi writes, I thought she took a break from social media. Good to know it's all took to have fame whore come crawling back. And then some Jordy Cray says, your carriage, milady, and it's a pink dumpster. I don't know who Jordy Cray is either. Anyway, they're arguing. Their season 4 is coming back, and it's so stupid. Anyway, all that to say, I thought that was pretty crazy that she said that. So here's a TikTok about it. Someone right now, Josie, if you're watching this, thank you for sending me all this. I'm asking Josie to hook me up with the lore and give me the timeline and the Excel spreadsheet on this drama because I need to know what's going on. But apparently this is what's going on.
Vanderpump has entered the chat, and she is speaking on the assault allegations that Demi from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It's Demi.
Is making against Marciano from Vanderpump Villa.
Okay.
Now, obviously, Demi is accusing Marciano of engaging in unwanted touch while she was staying at Vanderpump Villa. And Marciano obviously works at Vanderpump Villa, meaning that Lisa Vanderpump is his boss. Well, Lisa recently did an interview with Access Hollywood where she was asked about what happened between Demi and Marciano. And Lisa said, and I quote, "Oh, I categorically know what happened because we have cameras everywhere. And I've seen every ounce of footage. So I think when the women are downing her, I think they've got very good reason." She continued by saying, "Any allegations against Marciano, I have the luxury of having all the footage." And now again, that was all according to Lisa Vanderpump. But as someone who has watched some crazy shit go down on reality TV shows in the past, I'm honestly kind of surprised they haven't released this alleged footage.
So here's what I'm seeing. Demi, is that Demi? Demi cheated on her husband, I think. Or is it Jesse? Was it Jesse then? I don't even know, man. Why don't you get some people that don't look like, so I can tell them apart? I think that she cheated with this guy, and in order to overcome the allegations, she just said, it was unwanted. Right? What?
So you mean to tell me after Demi's alleged assault in Vanderpump Villa, she is saying goodbye to her so-called predator by saying, I love you?
Walking away, she says, I love you. Where I then turn around and say, I love you back. The last
Do you though? And why would you?
words that were said to each other.
Guys, I'm listening to Heather McDonald's podcast right now with Marciano on it, and this is crazy. The last words in person that they exchanged with each other at Vanderpump Villa.
Okay, so she's accusing him of something. He's saying no, she's lying because she's trying to get away with it. That's all I'm picturing here. Apparently, this is what he says as well. So things to research. Vanderpump Villa show Marciano on. Demi and rest of cast was a guest on the show. Demi is pretty much claiming SA, even though her story keeps changing. She's trying to ruin this man's life just to save her weird Fruity Pebbles marriage. Then he put this out. Marcio put this out.
What's up, guys? I don't know why, but for some reason, Demi thinks this is some kind of a game.
Well, then sue her. Like, again, it is a game. It's a game to everybody. If you're not going to take legal action, if you're just going to do clapbacks on social media, you're not taking it seriously either, because if she's accusing you of something like that in a world of believe her, and you should probably sue her legally. Like, what's stopping you? She's got money. You can sue her for lots of money. So what's stopping you? So instead, what they do is they clap back against each other on the internet to increase the engagement to make more money. If this was actually truly something she's lying about and you didn't do, you have a responsibility to sue her so that she doesn't do it to someone else in the future. Press charges.
A couple days ago, she posted a video insinuating reality TV is fake.
It is fake. Like, stop. Stop it. It's like wrestling. It's fake, yo. Stop it.
A fan commented, "This is what Marciano felt like." She then commented saying, "I like to play with my food before I eat it," which implies how much of a game this is to her. She's clearly downplaying how
She really likes food things.
serious sexual assault is completely. Like, I'm sorry to me, but this is nothing you
It's Demi.
should be playing with. This is my real life.
This is fake.
And with that being said,
I don't even know this guy, and I know this what she's saying. But again, if this was true, I would be so much more angry than this. Also, I would be seeking legal avenues, and it doesn't seem like he's doing that. Junebug, you had your lunch. I gave you literally your lunch not 10 minutes ago.
let's fast forward to yesterday. I did a collab post with Heather McDonald
Would you not be rewinding to yesterday?
about a podcast we were dropping. She decided to become fully unhinged and go off in the comments. She proceeded to say, "I groped her privates," which obviously never happened, and of course is the first time she is ever mentioning privates. It's hilarious how her story continues to change.
And again, so that's where it's coming, where the other lady from Vanderblimp is saying that she saw the footage and he didn't, and she's saying he did not grab her privates. So that's... it's starting to come together.
Impossible to keep up with at this point. She then goes back and forth in the comments, now saying, "I have a criminal record." Like, what the is this girl even talking about?
Do you?
I literally got arrested one
She's saying I have a criminal record. What are you talking about? I've only been arrested.
time in my whole life when I was 19 years old for disorderly conduct because I punched a street sign while I was leaving a bar.
Is that not a criminal thing?
Mind you, that was 13 years ago, and I've never been in trouble outside of that.
Okay, but is that a criminal record? Because if that's the case, and you do have one, then yes, she's right. So, what's going on here? Do you know? I don't want to know, actually.
Does that sound like I have a criminal record?
Yeah, I think maybe. See, this guy's a bad actor too. Like all these people, I don't like any of these people.
She then says I deleted the comment, but like I said, this was a collab post where I wasn't able to delete the comments. This girl is literally grasping at anything to try and fix the mess.
Sounds like you were grasping, allegedly.
She has created for herself. And last and finally, let's get to the worst part.
Yeah, let's
She
do
then
it.
goes on to attack my dead father. She commented, "Was your daddy this big of a pussy too?"
Ooh, yeah, that's a no-go. Don't do that. Oop, looks like he deleted it. Found his weak spot. Looks like he's not so tough after all. Was your daddy this big of a pussy too? I'm sure he's looking down. That's not nice. I know that all of these people are losers, including this guy. I don't even know who he is. But if you're connected to these people in any way, you're a loser. That's a little low. Though I will give you that. That's a little low.
And then says he's looking down on me, disappointed and embarrassed with the person I have become. Okay, so...
But if... Here's where I'll say probably, because if you're just like feeding into this reality television crap drama because you want to be on the show and you want to be part of this whole thing, again, if what she said is untrue, then you have legal avenues to pursue. Instead, you make an Instagram. That's not the right way to deal with this. That's not the right way.
Now, this is where I draw the fucking line.
Oh, this is...
You can attack me, make lies up about me, slander and defame me on TV or the internet.
Don't say she's allowed to do that, because now you're saying she's allowed to do that.
But you come at my father, who is no longer alive, is beyond sickening. Like, what kind of a human are you?
You guys who know the lore here, is it because he turned her down or something? What's going on?
To stoop so low to attack someone who is deceased, or even worse, use my late father as a weapon to try and make me look bad, or with me, or I don't even know what her intentions were. Either way,
her intentions were she's a petty biatch. That's, and always has been.
She has crossed the line, and she is really showing the whole world what kind of a person.
But of all the things that she did some things illegally. If it's true that you didn't do it, that accusing you of that stuff is illegal. But you know, calling out your dead father, that's not illegal. But that's where you draw the line.
She really is. Okay. I cannot wait to make this girl regret every lie she has ever told. After I get done with dealing this whole situation legally,
finally, there we go.
I promise you guys, we will never have to see this girl on TV ever again.
I doubt that. This just made her more famous, just so you're aware.
I will be sure she does not get away with this behavior and never does this to anyone ever again.
Is she the one that went like that on this show in this season? Because I love that. Says, no way she said that. Oh my gosh, she's actually sick. She needs help. Get her, Marciano. Not me being on the side of a man. I'm sorry, Marciano. So low. Never thought I'd be Team Marciano. Demi is straight trash. I truly don't know how she hasn't been fired yet. Because this is bringing them money. There's just no other way to put this. Fruity Pebbles over here is apparently one of the most hated creators that have come out of this. And here's the thing. If they don't do this type of stuff, they will be overshadowed by the other people's doings. They're going to be overshadowed by Whitney being on Dancing with the Stars. They're going to be overshadowed by Taylor being on the new Bachelorette. They're going to be, and if they don't do this craziness, they will slip into oblivion, and that is their worst nightmare. Then they won't make any money. Okay? So these women are famous for being trash, and the only way they continue to stay in the forefront of social media is to continue to be trash. This is written. This is scripted. Stop watching it. But also tell me the lore if you know it all. Please. Thank you very much. So Demi, you get douche Mormon of the day. Congratulations. Let's move on to the next story. All right, so that's what's going on there. Thank you, Jordy, or who was it that helped me there? Someone? Josie, for helping me. I appreciate that. This is a really, really, really creepy thing. And so watch this ex-FBI agent.
Through being nice. They don't give grades to parents, but if this is your child, you fail. I'm sure mom and dad thought this was just the cutest thing ever and they were creating the next big internet sensation.
Can I be real with you about childhood pageants? Why do they want them to make them look like they're 25 years old? Why can't they just, if you're going to put your kid in a pageant, don't do it. But if you are, why do you have to make them look like they're adults? That's really weird to me. They, to the point where they put fake teeth in their head. They give them full face of makeup. They make them walk and talk like full-grown women. What's the draw there? So can someone tell me the draw? It's usually the moms who look like a bag of smashed apples that are in this. You know what I mean? They're built like the Mucinex germ types of thing. They look like plaque from teeth. Like, why is it that they're the ones who push their kids into this? They're living vicariously through their daughters. This whole industry needs to be completely wiped, and I mean the adult side too. This is so crazy that we still have this in the world, especially with children. 10 times crazier with children.
That probably didn't happen, but here's what I can guarantee you did happen. First, this video has been downloaded and saved millions of times by pedophiles around the world. Mm-hmm. At least one of those perverts is tech savvy enough to have made an AI-generated video.
At least hundreds of thousands of them now, considering AI is really easy to use now.
Featuring this little girl's likeness, and it's getting shared thousands of times a day throughout their secret community.
Yep.
Lastly, there's a child sex trafficker somewhere out there doing everything he can to find this child and see if an abduction might be possible.
And that's not just with this. And that's an influencer lady who puts her kid on the internet doing that. That's with every child on the internet. That's every famous kid on the internet. And I've stuck by this since day one. People like, have had their kids on since day one when it comes to like the LeBrants and things like that. You'll never know the actual scary things that have happened to them because they will never tell you because they don't want you to know because they would absolutely be called out. And there has been some craziness. We've seen some on camera where the police had to arrest a guy coming to a girl's house who had 60,000 followers on YouTube because he wanted to take her on a date and marry her. Okay? There are men who are looking for your kids and they have found them. And a lot of them, again, have gone way more than we even think or know because the influencers will not tell us when it happens because they don't want to tell you. Because as soon as they let that cat out of the bag, they know it'll be over. And so they keep it secret. Isn't that crazy? Probably keep it secret from their kids too. Imagine there's a predator coming at you and known predator lives near you or has come to your house or been at the school and you know it, you don't tell your kid. They don't teach their kids about the dangers of the internet because if they did, they would be forced to take them off the internet.
If you think I'm making any of this up or overstating it for dramatic purposes, you don't understand what happens on the dark web, and you don't understand the depths of depravity of the child sexual predators who hang out there.
Yep.
Bottom line, moms and dads, stop pimping your kids out for your own desperate need for attention. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and share this video with someone who needs a not-so-gentle reminder.
This is a guy named Steve Lazarus Books. I'm following him. You should follow him as well. He does a lot of stuff, not just this content, but he's an ex-FBI specialist. He knows what he's talking about, and so listen to him. I say it louder for family vloggers who have their ears covered in the back row. I'll say it again. Moms and dads, think before you post. Recognize the girl in the video. I follow her account and I've had the same thoughts. She's a very talented gymnast, but often shown her midriff with exposed all her pageant photography in the background. I've seen a few videos where the portrayer is a living doll. Incredibly creepy, especially when you know that there are predators out there looking for the content. And this one specifically, it's for PDF files, like super regulated towards them, served up on a silver platter just for them. And so I just want you guys to know that the community is waking up. There are many, many, many people. You had Ryan Montgomery on the Sean Ryan show. You have this guy. There's a lot of people calling this out. And again, social media is not listening. They don't care. They will never listen. They make money off this. And so they will not keep kids protected because all this could be done tomorrow. You could save kids now and with 5 lines of code and eliminate any child off the platform completely. They all say with their mouths and with their statements that they don't want kids on here. And yet they make it so easily accessible for kids. And the algorithm is addicting to kids. So what they say with their words and with their actions are complete opposite things. And so it's up to us as parents to make sure our kids stay off the internet. All right? Just wanted to remind you guys of that one. There's one more story I want to get to before Emilie Kiser, and it's this story about child abuse. Randy Nicole Staples is a former teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy in Mobile, Alabama, and she was caught on camera doing this. I've got it blurred out, and sound is a little bit low, but yeah. Someone is, I don't know who's filming it, but she's literally beating her child with a belt, like 100 lashes with a belt, because he didn't clean. And as you guys know, my take on child abuse is don't ever strike a child. Don't use violence against a child. I don't care if it's a spanking. I don't care if it's like pushing. I don't know. Timeouts are fine. There's so many other ways that you could punish your children when they deserve to be strained out, right? I get that. I understand that kids aren't always perfect. And I'm not also saying, oh, be super gentle and all. I'm not that either. But I am saying that there is never, ever going to be an excuse ever to use physical violence against a child, ever. Okay? And we grew up in an era where that was acceptable, and it's no longer acceptable. Okay? So this woman says, teacher loses her job after video surfaces of egregious abuse of her son. So a teacher in Alabama was arrested and fired after disturbing video went viral that showed her allegedly hitting her son more than 20 times with the belt. Nicole Staples, 44, was released from Metro Jail Wednesday evening after posting $7,500 bond. Staples was arrested earlier that afternoon and charged with willful abuse of a child under 18 after the video circulated on social media. Now, if there's a dad in this house, likely he engages in the same type of abusive behavior, because there's no way that I would ever allow that. So he's allowing that to go on, and he shouldn't be allowing that to go on. And so likely this son is probably suffering at the hands of both his parents. Her oldest son, Jackson Staples, who no longer lives at home, said he received the video on Tuesday and was alarmed. So another son doesn't even live there. I didn't feel like, she should be working at the school or even doing that to my little brothers. She's done it to me my whole life. I'm 24. Jackson said the situation appeared to start because his younger brother did not complete his chores. Something about he wasn't cleaning the kitchen like he was supposed to, and he left, went to the neighbor's house, came back, and then she transpired into that. In the footage, a woman can be heard yelling and hitting the boy as she cries. The clip also appears to show the woman throw the boy to the ground by his hair. Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch said the video is egregious. I mean, I'm all about disciplining a child if you have problems with them. No, stop saying this. Discipline is fine, but what they're saying is they're kind of like, it's okay to hit him a little. That's what he's saying here. No, that's never going to be okay. If that involves a spanking, everybody disciplines their children different ways. No, it should never involve a spanking. It should never involve hurting somebody with physical violence to get what you want, because then you're teaching them that's okay. And you shouldn't be surprised when they also use it. Okay, but that's way above and beyond any form of discipline. Birch said, this was my childhood, by the way, if you're wondering. That was me. Even worse than that. And again, I think a lot of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, we received that and worse. And that was normal for us. That was way normal for me. Birch said the investigation is far from over. The fact that another person in the home felt the need to video it, that's somewhat telling. Sounds like one of the other brothers did. Staples was a teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy. While the incident happened off campus, the school released a statement saying she's been fired. Jackson Staples said his younger brothers are now staying with their aunt. Staples is scheduled to appear for a judge. I hope she loses her kids because of that. But that's going viral. A lot of people sent that video to me. And again, as you know, my take on that kind of stuff. Nope, you shouldn't have kids. Do not hit kids. I don't care. A lot of you two out there hit your kids. And I need you to understand you got to stop doing it. Because do you think that you deserve to be hit if you do something wrong? Because as adults, we all make mistakes. We all do. We're all lazy sometimes. We all do stuff that we shouldn't be doing. Do we deserve to be hit for it? Right? So you just have to flip the roles. Like if you go out in the public and you accidentally do something, or you were supposed to do something at work and you didn't, should you get your ass beat for it? Just stop using violence against children. Okay, that's all I'm asking. And it shouldn't even be an argument. That's absolutely ludicrous. Like, oh, I was spanked with a kid and I was straightened. Do you think you would have straightened out if you were put in a timeout for a couple hours too? Or your phone was taken away, or your video games? There are other punishments you can use. Hitting and using physical violence should always be wrong, and you should get fired for doing it. And so amen to that. All right. Last story of the day, guys. One of the most important ones. Emilie Kiser. I've been talking about Emilie Kiser for a little while. And if you're unfamiliar with the Emilie Kiser situation, she was an aesthetics TikToker who used her child to come to fame and all that stuff, and she didn't like this child. She's just like so many of the other influencers are out there who just have children for accessories. Okay, it's just part of her life. She's a selfish, disgusting narcissist who is so self-absorbed it's actually bonkers. She was warned about not having a pool fence multiple times by multiple comments. She had either just delete the comments or ignore them completely. And then her son suffered at the hands of their mistakes that they made. That's negligence. They didn't have a pool fence in their backyard, again, and they should have had alarms on their doors. Didn't have alarms on their doors. And dad was home with the child at night. Brady was home with him, and Brady was gambling on a basketball game and was too busy watching that game that he had money on. And his child ended up suffering 2 minutes swimming, struggling in the pool, and then 7 minutes floating in the pool and died. Okay, and when he went out, took his shirt off to jump in and get it and called the police. Came home, and then. Even that's not as bad. Not having any alarms. They even have a pool net that was supposed to stop things like this from happening. Okay, they didn't even have that up. So 100% negligence all around. Brady is obviously more to blame than Emilie, but Emily's also to blame for a few reasons for not putting the pool fence up because of aesthetic purposes, but having fence around her patio furniture so her dog can't get in it. Okay, so that's one of the most important things here. Second, she went to bat for her husband. She stayed with him, and she sued the county to keep what we now know silent. She didn't want the people to know he was gambling on a basketball game. She didn't want society to know that her kid was in a pool for 9 minutes. She didn't want you to know that Brady lied to the police when they interviewed him. Okay, she didn't want any of that out. She claimed it was just a video she didn't want out, which is going to be released eventually, by the way. And other things are going to be released, as including body cam of this. And when it gets it, I will show it to you. I will not show you the pool video. I will not do that. I don't think anybody should. But I will show you the body cam if it gets released of them going to this for the investigation. I will. I'm not going to let this rest. Okay, it's absolutely ludicrous that this happened to this child. It was completely 100% avoidable. Okay, so she did that. She stands by her husband. She gets her super high-powered daddy lawyer on the job to try to sue the county into silence. and she was making videos literally something like 4 to 5 weeks after this happened, and just storing them in her phone until it was time to come back. All this woman cares about is her social media profile, because she makes millions of dollars being a social media influencer. And so everybody's commenting on like, what in the hell? How could you lose a child and then like come back to social media as if nothing happened? Because that's the reality. It's as if nothing happened. And she's only forced to say things when it gets out of hand, and people are like, oh, you should talk about pool safety. And she shut her mouth about that. She did content about going shopping and getting haircuts and getting jewelry and rocking her $10,000 and buying new Lexuses and having a fridge full of booze, which replaced, a fridge full of kids' drink boxes and, milk and stuff like that. Like it's not human. And so we had the audacity to notice that it wasn't human. Okay, us out here. And, it's the biggest, grossest thing that could ever happen to anybody. It's a tragedy, but it is a negligent tragedy. And so many of her stans, they're like Taylor Swift fans. They come to bat for her, and they're like, you let her rest, let her do that. Like, no. They're like, what do you want her to do? Was an accident. It wasn't an accident. And they never, ever, ever, ever they never have an argument against why did she sue the county into silence, right? Because the reason she did that is because he lied to the police. Right? And that he was gambling and all the detriment that came out. She's so sad that stuff came out. She didn't give a shit about anything else. She just wanted to be innocent. And so the police pressed charges, but the prosecutor failed to prosecute. They said, I don't think we're going to win this case. But the police did file charges to the prosecutor's office. And just so you know, her dad's a big high-powered lawyer there. And I'm just saying, allegedly, what do you think went down? Right? They used power and money and influence to stop this from going forward. That's what I think, allegedly. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me went on. And Emilie didn't stop there. Okay, during this whole hiatus that she took, which wasn't a hiatus at all because she was filming content while this was going on, because that's inhuman. Your child dies and you're creating content, it's absolutely bonkers. Okay, especially if your child died in the way that it died, especially if your child died the way that he died, and all you care about is focusing on how you're going to come out of this and what kind of content you're going to film out of this. That's absolutely inhuman. That's subhuman. Okay, it's disgusting, and that's why we all commented on it. But not only that, she was spending her time blocking, like to the tune of thousands and thousands and thousands of comments and followers who were calling her out. She spent her time blocking people while she's supposed to be grieving. Right? And people are like, people grieve different ways. Well, I've never heard of a human grieving the death of their child by blocking people on social media, like as their therapy. That's wrong. Okay, I understand wanting to do that, but this is like days after this happened, and people were starting to realize what was going on. She was blocking people incessantly. Okay, not only that, a bunch of snark threads started popping up. There was one called Emilie Kiser Snark before all this went down, who went dead when this happened because they felt guilty about having a snark thread. And they're like, well, it's too much now, which is silly. And they try to virtue signal that they're good. The mod on that one was like, well, I'm a good person because I took down my snark thread after. Okay, you're a good person. After having one up for like 2 years. Okay, but in the end, the fault 100% fell on the parents here. Okay, more on Brady's side, and get that. But again, more on the fact that what Emilie did with the information after, and again, kept this guy as her husband and is likely trying to have another kid just for content and all this kind of stuff. And don't forget the child exploitation side of this whole thing. Trig was completely 100% exploited his whole life. There were more people out there that grieved his death than the mother did, which is absolutely bonkers. And then she wanted privacy after the whole thing. I'm just trying to give you a high-level synopsis of this whole thing, okay? Then she wanted privacy, and now she's not showing her kid. It took the death of one of her kids to be like, you know what, maybe I won't show my kids anymore. That's her lesson, okay? And so, again, all these Reddit threads started popping up, and the first one went down. I made one. A bunch of people made a bunch. Emilie Kiser Updates, Emilie Kiser Updates 1, Emilie Kiser Snark, Emilie Kiser Exposed. She's had at least 6 negative subreddits deleted about her, and I have no idea how she's doing it. She's paying a large sum of money to have it done, and it is crazy that you cannot speak about her on the internet. Right, here's a post here. It says, Emilie Kiser censorship. Has anyone noticed that any post even dares to question anything Emilie Kiser does, even unrelated to alleged negligence? It's not alleged. Her husband is immediately shut down. Completely factual posts, not in violation of Reddit's TOS. The bigger issue here is the pay-to-play censorship going on at Reddit. I'll be curious to see if this post stays up. It is not violating any Reddit terms. Please be sure to follow the same in the comments. This is the issue. Most people we're all following the rules. Most in my Reddit subreddit was following the rules. You know what subreddit's not following the rules, and you should go mass report it? You should go brigade it. I'm saying it out loud. Go brigade the Emilie Kiser post on Reddit, because they post her content like as if it's her content. And that's against the DMCA. That's a copyright strike rule. So I would go report every single post on that if you can. Okay, because that subreddit and in cahoots with Emilie brigaded the other subs to get them removed. And so Reddit doesn't give a crap about free speech at all. That's obviously the case. It never has been. So let's be real. Emilie sure loves to share all her hobbies, except her true passion, scrubbing the internet of snark pages and comments that bruise her ego. And she had one of my TikToks removed as well. The one about the dad jumping in the pool, which is weird that anything about Brady kind of like gets her, and that gets removed. Like they've got a team on this, okay? But she'll never get my YouTube videos removed. Okay, because YouTube actually protects its creators, and I'm not making any lies or slander on that, and I'm not breaking any copyright rules. So she'll try. I'm sure she will try though. But she's now full time making content that literally trying to memory hole her son, and in their spare time, she just wants people not talking about what actually they did, which is absolutely disgusting. We know that's not what she's trying to cover up. Must be the reason she was blocking people just days and weeks after the tragedy. It's always about her ego. No, because it's insane how someone is almost illegal to have any bad comments about her at all on Reddit or any social media for that matter. So much so that I don't really like her. Bob will get you banned, blocked, like it's weird and there's something behind it. And that's the thing on that fan sub is you can't even ask them the question, like, do you honestly think that she deserves this platform? She gained 3 million subscribers since this went down. She and her husband were responsible for their child's death and gained 3 million subscribers. Do you honestly think she deserved it? Or do you think that they're to blame too? Even if you think that like it's an accident, but it's a negligent accident, do you think that she deserved to gain 3 million subs for that? Do you think the behavior and the outcome of this situation should have netted her 3 million subscribers? No punishment whatsoever. And that's why I talk about it, because it's justice for Trig, in my opinion. That child has no justice. Only the mother got richer from this, and the dad. That's it. And people are like, what do you want her to do, Josh? I want her to get off the internet and go get a real job. I want Brady to be behind bars, where he should be. Because again, we know this. If it was a babysitter responsible and to that point negligent, that babysitter would be in prison right now, and Emilie would be all for it. So because it's the dad who did it, no problem. Isn't that really weird? When there are dads and parents out there and moms out there who are leaving the kids in hot cars and they're dying and they're being arrested and charged with manslaughter. So how did he get away with it? The only plausible explanation Occam's razor says that it's because she has high-level legal parents, dad, in this field. That's the only way that this makes any sense. And we're never going to know about it. It's because politics. And here's the full police report if you guys want to know it, because this is the one thing she keeps getting taken down, is this major police report. I'll try to link in this video. I don't remember. Let me know, and I'll pin the comment with the link of this below, guys. Remind me. But here's the general offense information. We've read this on my channel, so it does exist on my channel. Hendrickson and Emily Gamble. They go through, and this is where we found out that he was lying to the police multiple times about the time the kid was in the pool, how long he was in the pool. He said a few moments. It was 9 minutes. Lied about a bunch of things, and then talked about the gambling and everything else. And the police wanted to press charges and did. Prosecution failed to prosecute. That's why I'm saying some palms were greased somewhere. Something went on. Somebody owed somebody a favor. Allegedly. That's all I can think of that's going on here. I don't know how it doesn't get charged. It's actually crazy. But the police report is what she really wants. And this stuff that's redacted is the grossest part of it all. But I think a judge did say, if I'm not mistaken, that they will release the body-worn cameras of the cops, I hope. And if anybody can get a hold of those, you let me know, and I will absolutely want to look at those. Here's another. If you go to the Emilie Kiser Reddit search, some people, like, this is post on her fan sub, which is super weird that there's a fan sub on Reddit for this. Someone says, love your videos and everything, but I really miss the family vibe. Like before. No pushing or something, just my feeling. F*** off, you f***ing weirdo. Why you want to watch strange people's kids? What's wrong with you? I understand, I'm not sharing my child anymore. Therefore, I'm keeping a lot of my family life private. Are you? Mom life, and not surrounding my content around it anymore. That doesn't mean that I never share family stuff. I just won't be in the core of my videos. Hope you can shut up, Emilie, you piece of shit. And so here they are gloating about Emilie Kiser updates being banned from Reddit, and that's her fan sub that she probably is a part of. And they break the rules too, but they're cool to get away with it. So again, if you go to Emilie_Kiser on Reddit, please report every single post. Just report what you think is wrong. Just report it. Mass report it. 100% mass report it. And so I find it just kind of disgusting that that's what she's spending her time doing. When she should be off the internet, she should be going to therapy. She should be getting... And the only thing that she should ever be doing on the internet is doing pool safety. That's what she should do. And she did. She had to come out with a statement because everybody was bugging her about it. And she's like, oh, here, pool safety here. Hope this helps. And that'll be it. That's all you hear about it. okay? That she should be advocating for it and calling out other influencers who are not doing it based on her experience, but she doesn't care. All she cares about is money. In any video that you watch of her from the past, she's an insufferable dink. Okay, she is not a nice person. She is gross. Like Avery Woods gross. Okay, she's just a nasty, just anchovies on pizza. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So yeah, that's Emilie Kiser. Congratulations, douche mom of the day. You get it today. You just keep winning. And I'm not going to stop talking about this. And if someone can help me find the body cam footage, I'm not sure if it's going to be released, but let's just find out if it can be released. If someone has the inside track on how to do those things, I'm Canadian, so it's often blocked for me to be able to do that. But if someone can help me get that body cam footage of that night of the police going to the house and stuff like that, I would love to break that down, because we are not going to let people forget about this, because memory holding does work, everybody. I need you to know this. Trisha Paytas had some of the most populated snark threads on Reddit, and ever since she got them removed, and every instance of them removed, she has enjoyed a new resurgence of fame and love. And it's because people forget what she did and who she is. And so memory holding does work, and it is valuable to these people to spend tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to hire people to get this stuff memory hold. I'm going to keep talking about it. I will never stop talking about this. Okay, I don't even know if her TikTok is, since the haters aren't even allowed to talk about it anymore. I mean, there are places that you can talk about this, but not in Reddit for some reason. I know I stopped screen recording, but Emilie Kiser, 5.1 million followers. Her latest reel has 500,000. The one before that, 1.1. She's not getting as many views, which is, I mean, still getting a lot of views, but it's literally just her shopping. Here's my ass. Here's coffee. Here's shopping. Here's more. Here's a donut. That's all she does. This woman is an insufferable, disgusting piece of garbage, and you should unfollow her. Okay? Stop giving her attention. She is nasty. She does not deserve it. This woman should have been canceled, and her husband should be in prison. The end. Got it? Let me know what you think below, everybody. Let's take a deep breath. Friday. I didn't think I'd get it done, but I got her done. And I'm on my way home from New York today. I'm very excited for my drive. I'm going to stop in Syracuse at that big, giant, huge mall that's huge. That's like 18 stories high. I don't know what it's called. Mall of America or something. I don't know what it's called. What's it called? I don't know. But I'm getting some Christmas shopping done, because every day that I stay in the U.S., I get $400 tax-free when I come over the border. So, Christmas shopping time. And they have a Christmas store there, I think. I don't know. But when I was in New York, when I'm going to New York, I mean, I'm not there yet, but when I'm going to the Grand Lux. And it's at a mall outside of New York, like 55-minute drive outside of New York. Okay, have you guys ever been to this mall? I forget what it's called. It's like, I forget. But this restaurant's called Grand Lux, and if you're in New York and you've ever been there, do yourself a favor. Okay, it's the same makers of Cheesecake Factory, but better. I know, I said what I said. Okay, so go there and check it out. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and have an amazing Black Friday. Get some good deals. Enjoy your weekend. Eat lots of leftovers, because June's trying to get my lunch right now. And make sure you snuggle your dogs and your cats and your animals and your kids, okay? Because you're amazing. I'll see you when I see you. Mwah.